Hey everyone, and welcome to today's Explainer. We're jumping right into a really fascinating intersection of ideas today. We're looking at a specific astrological placement that completely collides with how we think about modern workplace dynamics, our daily routines, and self-care. We're talking about Venus in the sixth house. Now, if you've ever felt like the relentless, traditional hustle culture just drains the life out of you, or maybe you've noticed you literally get way more done when you just feel comfortable, well, the insights we're unpacking today are going to be incredibly validating for you. We're going to map out exactly how this placement works and break down the literal mechanics of effort, environment, and success.
Okay, let's dive right into this. Can comfort actually make you work harder? It's a question that completely flips that old-school burnout mentality right on its head. I mean, for so long, we've been told that productivity requires suffering, right? That you just have to push through the pain, ignore being uncomfortable, and grind away to see any results. But the source material we're looking at today, it suggests the exact opposite. It brings up this paradigm where comfort isn't some distraction from the work, it's actually the fuel that makes the work possible in the first place. So as we go through this, keep this central question in the back of your mind, because we're going to see just how deeply intertwined our physical and emotional environments are with our actual capacity to get things done.
Section 1. When Venus meets discipline. So, what actually happens when the planet we famously associate with pleasure and relaxation essentially clocks in for a shift at the cosmic factory of rules and routines? It sounds like a total paradox, doesn't it? To really get it, let's look at the territory. The sixth house is the astrological domain representing discipline, effort, health habits, workplace dynamics, and problem solving. Think of it like this. It's the area of life where the heavy lifting happens. It's the daily grind, the chores, that meticulous attention to detail you need to solve complex problems and just keep your life running smoothly. It's a highly practical, heavily effort-driven sector.
Now, what's really interesting about this slide is the sheer, undeniable contrast between these two forces, right? On one side, the sixth house is demanding relentless effort and problem solving. But on the other side, we have Venus, the planet of pleasure, attraction, beauty, and comfort. It's essentially like dropping a luxury spa bay right smack in the middle of tax season. Instead of work being purely about grit and raw endurance, Venus comes in and demands that your work patterns are heavily influenced by the need for a pleasant, balanced environment. The hard work doesn't just vanish, it just completely shifts its operational style to prioritize softness and comfort.
Section 2. Designing the ideal workspace. Let's see how this actually translates into the physical world, because honestly, this is where things get really practical really fast. For someone with this placement, aesthetics and comfort aren't just nice-to-haves. They aren't frivolous luxuries. They act as literal engines for productivity. Based on the source text, your work consistency improves significantly in comfortable, aesthetically pleasing environments. And productivity? It actively jumps up when tasks feel creatively engaging. On the flip side, and this is a massive warning sign, discomfort or conflict will immediately kill your motivation. There's a strong, built-in tendency to actively avoid aggressive environments. You simply cannot expect peak performance here if the physical space feels abrasive. So you can pretty much say goodbye to the soul-crushing fluorescent-lit cubicle. The environment absolutely must be supportive.
So the crucial point here is summarized perfectly in this direct quote from the source material. Effort increases when the surroundings feel supportive and enjoyable, and declines when they feel harsh or stressful. I really want you to absorb that for a second. Effort isn't some fixed metric here. It is entirely conditional. It goes way up when there's harmony, and it absolutely tanks when there's stress. It basically proves that environmental harmony is the absolute ultimate driver of effort. If you want to unlock that legendary sixth house discipline, you literally have to use the key of Venusian support and enjoyment to do it.
Section 3. Coworkers, conflict, and harmony.
But you know, an environment isn't just nice office furniture and a few potted plants, is it? It's made up of people. The daily grind inevitably involves dealing with others. And our source notes a really strong preference for peaceful, cooperative, and non-confrontational workspaces. Individuals with this placement develop this exceptional ability to maintain harmony and diplomacy in their daily interactions. And maybe most importantly, coworker relationships are absolutely critical to their overall work satisfaction. Avoiding conflict here isn't a sign of weakness. It's not an inability to handle pressure. Actually, it's a highly intelligent strategy. By fostering strong bonds and keeping interactions diplomatic, they're protecting their emotional comfort, which, as we know, is the very foundation of their steady productivity.
Let's move to Section 4 and see how this builds. Health and daily routines. So let's see how this bleeds into the rest of their daily lives. Because the sixth house isn't just about your 9-to-5 job. It also governs how you maintain the physical vehicle that actually does the work, your body. And the source text reveals a fantastic insight here.
Health routines drastically improve when self-care and balance are consistently prioritized. Since this is a Venusian approach we're talking about, punitive diets or those grueling, painful 5 a.m. boot camps, yeah, they're likely to fail spectacularly. Instead, holistic daily living is completely mandatory. Emotional comfort and physical health are inextricably linked. Taking a long bath, making sure you have a proper sleep schedule, engaging in movement that actually feels pleasurable, these aren't distractions from your health. They're the very foundation of keeping the whole system running.
Section 5. The ultimate Venusian success.
Okay, we've looked at the workspace, the coworkers, and the health routines. So when everything finally aligns, what does the peak of their career and daily life actually look like? Well, according to the source, service-oriented or creative professions bring natural satisfaction and stability. And honestly, this makes perfect sense when you step back and review everything we've learned. By choosing a field that naturally involves creativity, beauty, or helping others find comfort and harmony, which is really the core essence of service, these individuals are able to blend their natural relational ease with their daily obligations completely effortlessly. They don't have to fight their environment anymore. Their environment inherently rewards their Venusian nature.
And this brilliantly illustrates the formula for long-term success with this placement. It requires 3 steps working perfectly in tandem. Step 1 is discipline, which means acknowledging the foundational requirement of the 6th house. Step 2 is comfort, ensuring the environment is aesthetically and physically supportive. And step 3 is emotional balance, actively managing those relationships and self-care routines. Over time, success comes strictly through blending these 3 elements together. It proves that ultimate achievement here isn't some chaotic, breathless sprint, it's a steady, well-paced marathon that you run in very comfortable shoes.
To wrap up, I want to leave you with a thought to reflect on, regardless of your own astrological makeup. Is your daily routine fueled by stress, or is it designed for harmony? We've seen today that work performance is just deeply, deeply linked to emotional comfort and environmental harmony. When you maintain that balance, you get steady productivity combined with creativity. So take a real look at your own workspace, your coworker dynamics, your health routines. Are you trying to force discipline through discomfort? Or could you, perhaps, get a whole lot more done by letting just a little bit of harmony in? Thanks so much for joining me to explore this explainer today. Keep learning, keep structuring your environment for success, and I'll catch you in the next one.